What if I told you that hidden deep within the towering peaks of the Andes Mountains lie places so mysterious and magical that even seasoned explorers whisper about them in hushed tones? Places where ancient legends don't just echo through the valleys, they literally come alive before your eyes. Today we're embarking on an extraordinary journey to uncover the most enigmatic and breathtaking locations scattered across this legendary mountain range, where reality and mythology blur into something absolutely extraordinary. I'm about to take you to secret destinations that most travelers will never discover, places where the spirits of ancient civilizations still dance with the morning mist, and where every stone tells a story that will send chills down your spine. From hidden temples that defy archaeological explanation to natural formations that seem almost supernatural in their beauty, we're diving deep into the heart of Andean mysteries that will completely transform how you see this incredible mountain range. But before we begin this mind-blowing adventure, let me share something that will blow your mind. The Andes stretch over 4,000 miles across 7 different countries, making them the longest mountain range in the world, yet less than 5% of their most spectacular hidden locations have ever been properly documented or explored by mainstream tourism. That means we're about to venture into territories that remain virtually untouched by the modern world. Our first destination takes us high into the Bolivian Altiplano, where an otherworldly landscape called the Valley of Souls awaits those brave enough to seek it out. This isn't your typical tourist destination. Locals refer to this place as the realm where departed spirits gather during the full moon, and once you witness its bizarre rock formations that twist toward the sky like frozen dancers, you'll understand why ancient peoples believed this was a gateway between worlds. The journey to reach this mystical valley requires hiking through terrain that challenges even experienced adventurers. As you ascend through increasingly thin air, the landscape gradually transforms from familiar mountain scenery into something that belongs more on an alien planet than on Earth. Towering spires of eroded sandstone create natural sculptures that seem to shift and change depending on the angle of the sun, casting shadows that local shamans claim contain messages from ancestral spirits. What makes this location truly extraordinary isn't just its visual impact, though that alone is breathtaking. Indigenous communities have passed down stories for centuries about travelers who've experienced unexplained phenomena in this valley. Visitors report hearing distant music that seems to emanate from the rocks themselves, witnessing lights that dance between the stone pillars during twilight hours, and feeling an inexplicable sense of being watched by unseen presences. Moving deeper into our Andean exploration, we encounter the legendary Lake of Mirrors hidden within the Peruvian highlands. This pristine body of water sits at an elevation where few humans dare to venture, surrounded by peaks that scrape the very edge of the atmosphere. But this isn't just another high-altitude lake. According to local legend, the perfectly still waters serve as windows into other dimensions, reflecting not just the sky above, but visions of past and future events. The trek to reach this mysterious lake demands serious preparation and respect for the mountain environment. Ancient pathways carved by pre-Columbian civilizations wind through landscapes that seem untouched by time. Along the route, you'll discover stone markers and ceremonial platforms that suggest this journey was considered sacred long before modern explorers arrived. Each step takes you further from the familiar world and deeper into a realm where nature's raw power creates experiences that defy simple explanation. When you finally reach the lake's shores, the sight that greets you is nothing short of magical. The water's surface creates such perfect reflections that distinguishing between reality and mirror image becomes impossible. Local guides share stories of visitors who've seen faces of long-lost relatives in the water's depths, or witnessed scenes from historical events that occurred centuries ago. Whether you believe in such phenomena or not, the lake's ethereal beauty creates an atmosphere where anything seems possible. Our adventure continues to a location that challenges everything we think we know about ancient engineering capabilities. Deep within the Colombian Andes lies a network of underground chambers and tunnels that archaeologists still cannot fully explain. These aren't natural cave formations, but precisely carved spaces that demonstrate sophisticated understanding of acoustics, astronomy, and structural engineering that seems impossible for the time period when they were allegedly created. The entrance to this underground complex is hidden so well that you could walk past it dozens of times without noticing. Local indigenous groups have guarded the secret of its location for generations, sharing access only with those who demonstrate genuine respect for their cultural heritage and the sacred nature of the site. Once inside, you'll find yourself navigating passages that seem to follow patterns related to celestial movements, with chambers positioned to capture specific astronomical alignments during solstices and equinoxes. What truly sets this underground world apart is its acoustic properties. Sounds made in certain chambers create echoes and reverberations that form complex harmonic patterns. Some researchers theorize that these spaces were designed as ancient sound laboratories, where priests and shamans could create auditory experiences that induced altered states of consciousness. Standing in these chambers and experiencing their acoustic phenomena firsthand provides a profound connection to the sophisticated knowledge possessed by pre-Columbian civilizations. Perhaps the most intriguing mystery we encounter lies in the remote reaches of the Ecuadorian Andes, where a series of perfectly circular stone platforms dot the landscape at seemingly random intervals. These platforms, each approximately 30 feet in diameter, are constructed from precisely cut stones that fit together without mortar, yet they've withstood centuries of earthquakes and weather that would demolish modern structures. What makes these platforms particularly fascinating is their relationship to each other. When mapped from above, they form geometric patterns that align with specific star constellations. Local oral traditions describe these circles as landing places for sky beings who visited Earth long ago, teaching advanced knowledge to indigenous peoples before departing to return to their celestial homes. While such interpretations might seem fantastical, the precision of the stonework and the complexity of their astronomical alignments suggest a level of sophisticated planning that challenges conventional understanding of ancient capabilities. The journey between these circular platforms takes you through some of the most pristine wilderness remaining in South America. Condors soar overhead, their massive wingspans creating moving shadows across valleys filled with plants found nowhere else on Earth. The silence in these remote locations is so complete that it becomes almost audible, broken only by the whisper of wind through ancient stones and the distant calls of wildlife that has learned to thrive in this harsh yet beautiful environment. Our final destination brings us to what local people call the Garden of the Gods, a hidden valley where unusual geological formations create natural sculptures that seem too perfect to be random creations of erosion and time. Massive stone arches frame views of distant peaks, while balanced rocks that should have toppled centuries ago continue to stand in impossible positions, as if held in place by invisible forces. This valley holds special significance for multiple indigenous groups, who consider it a neutral meeting ground where different tribes could gather safely to trade, share knowledge, and conduct important ceremonies. The natural acoustics of the valley allowed people to communicate across great distances, while the shelter provided by the rock formations offered protection from the harsh mountain weather. What captivates visitors most about this location is how it seems to exist outside normal time. The interplay of light and shadow throughout the day creates constantly changing visual experiences, while the pristine environment preserves an atmosphere of primordial tranquility that's increasingly rare in our modern world. Many people report experiencing a profound sense of peace and connection to something greater than themselves when spending time in this remarkable place. As our journey through these incredible Andean mysteries draws to a close, it's important to reflect on what makes these locations so special. Beyond their obvious visual beauty, each of these places represents a connection to knowledge, wisdom, and perspectives that mainstream society has largely forgotten or dismissed. They remind us that our ancestors possessed sophisticated understanding of astronomy, acoustics, engineering, and spiritual practices that we're only beginning to rediscover and appreciate. These hidden gems scattered throughout the Andes offer more than just stunning photography opportunities or bragging rights for adventurous travelers. They provide windows into ways of understanding our world and our place within it that differ dramatically from contemporary perspectives. Visiting these locations with respect and openness can fundamentally change how you perceive the relationship between human consciousness and the natural environment. The legends associated with each of these places aren't just quaint folklore or primitive superstitions. They represent complex systems of knowledge that encoded important information about natural phenomena, seasonal cycles, and human psychology in ways that could be transmitted across generations without written language. Understanding these stories on their own terms opens doorways to wisdom that remains relevant and valuable today. If this exploration of Andean mysteries has sparked your curiosity about the hidden wonders of our world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because we're constantly uncovering more incredible locations that challenge everything we think we know about ancient civilizations and the natural world. Next week, we're diving deep into the underground cities of Cappadocia that most tourists never discover, where entire communities lived in complete secrecy for centuries. What location featured in today's journey intrigued you most? Have you ever experienced anything unexplained while traveling in remote locations? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below because I love hearing about your own adventures and mysterious encounters. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember that the most incredible discoveries are often hidden just beyond the beaten path.